Hello, hello, baby, you know I can hear a thing. Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing amazing. Is the microphone? Yeah. Okay, I don't know why last time the sound of the microphone was very high and saturated. So I'm gonna try to like talk a bit, smoother, take my time and all. So yeah. Um, I'm back in my home island in the I'm back in my home island in the Caribbean. I'm not gonna tell you where. You just have to guess. Is it working? Okay, yeah. So it's the 31st of December of 2024, and we're going to 2025. Yes. So I did this video just to like, but first of all, I told you that I was in my last video. I said that I was gonna travel and all, and all, and all. So just to tell you that everything went well. I quitted my job. Like it was a lot of love, a lot of emotions, but I'm very grateful. That takes me to. By the way, look at the cute Christmas tree that my mother did. She's so talented. Everybody's so talented in my family. Everybody's so talented. So yeah. Um yeah. The reason why I want to do this video is to tell you what I've learned from 2024. Of course, we learned a lot of things. I learned that a friend of me told me that you know the things that at parties we do, like they do with like confettis and all. I heard that I learned that they were called poppers. So that's one thing I learned. What did I learn? Oh, I learned that. Do you know what is an atom? It's like I don't know if it's the minimal particle of universe, but whatever, something like that. But you know that the center. How do we say noyau in English? Anyway, the center of an atom is like, okay, if if the center of an atom is the size of a tennis ball, the whole atom is the size of like football field, a soccer field. You realize? And most of the weight of the atom is in this little center. So can you imagine that, like, and the rest is almost empty, but it's not empty because there's the negative charges. So can you believe, like, it's so fucking ridiculous? Yeah. Imagine you hold something in your hand that's like that, and it weighs like, I don't know, 1 kilogram, but all the 1 kilogram is in this size in the middle of like the whole thing. Anyway, that's not the subject of the video. What I've learned from 2024, um, there's something very particular and specific, and I'm gonna be focusing on that today. Is that show must go on, and that's on Celine Dion. The show. Sorry. I'm sorry, Freddie Mercury. That's on Queen, not Nicki Minaj, the group. That's on Queen. That's on Freddie Mercury. Show must go on. Yeah, show must fucking go on. And that's okay. Okay, how can I send that to her? By the way, I'm working at the same time for my sister, so don't mind me if like I'm very focused. So yeah, the show must go on. A lot of things happened this year, and the show went on. And it didn't mean that we forgot about the thing that happened. It didn't mean that we didn't care about the things that happened. Just that show went on. Because one thing I'm rebuking for 2025 is emptiness. I'm not letting emptiness take control of my life. We keep going, we keep going, we keep going again and again, and what and again, and what and again. You feel me? I don't know why I said that. I said that. I'm sorry. Yeah. What do you mean? Okay. Yeah, we keep going. We keep going. Like, because nobody is going to be helped by the fact that we all stop and we can stop a bit to cry. We can stop a bit to laugh. I'm not saying that we have to keep moving, 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 but even when we stay steady, it's not, we're not staying empty. We're not letting the emptiness take control of us. We can stop, we can stand, but we do see the love, we do see the sadness, we let it flow, we see it flow, you know. I'm gonna tell you an example, okay? um I don't like to talk about my personal. Okay, I'm gonna invent an example. Let's say that, like, okay, a very example, simple, a very simple example, very simple example. Someone that you love die. That happens every day in the world, like around us. That happens every day. Okay, yes, we're gonna be sad, but for me the most important things is to celebrate their life, sorry, to celebrate their life, to make them remembered, to like, to keep. It's not to cry over. I mean, of course we're gonna cry. I'm not saying that we're not, but it's not to cry for like the rest of our lives thinking about that person. No, it's to love thinking of that about that person. It's to, yes, cry also. It's to like be nostalgic. It's like to be hopeful. Everything, like, let their presence, invite their presence. Actually, invite their presence wherever you want to invite them. It's not fair that you want to invite their presence only when you're sad. It's not fair. Like, let them be here when you are happy. Don't be like, oh, let's not talk about that. That's a sad subject. No, fuck it. Talk about it. Talk about that person. Talk about why you love them. Talk about what they did that, like, pissed you off, just to, be a little silly and all. Keep the memories going. Keep the flow going. I told you that one of my friends left the. It's not even my friends. Like, my brother left the country. After like 5 years of us living together and all. Of course, I was sad, but I was just like thinking of ways that how we're gonna, like, how am I gonna do to like see him again? Am I gonna travel? How? What are the possibilities for him to come back? Like, you know, that's what I said in the previous video. There's nobody will be helped by someone crying on the floor the whole time. Nobody will be helped by that. We need energy. We need hope. Where is the hope? Keep the hope for 2025. So that's why I'm saying that the show must go on. And it's so hard because I cannot articulate the little thought that I have. But whatever happens, I'm gonna find a way in 2025, because that wasn't my plan in 2024, and I did. So let it be my plan for 2025 now. Whatever happens, I'm gonna find a way. Put me in the middle of the desert. I want to be able to. Okay, I'm not testing life. I'm not testing God. This is not a challenge. Okay, please, please, please. This is not a challenge. I want to subscribe to all the blessings. to all the money and all. This is not a challenge, okay? But I want to be able to get out of any situation. I want to have the courage. I want to be resourceful. I want to have the strength. I want to have the intelligence to get, I want to have the emotions, the sentiments, the feelings to get out of every situation and to grow from it. To grow. I want to evolve. I've always been passionated by evolution. And at first, I didn't understand it. Like, I was very good at science when I was young, but there was just a little theory that I wasn't understanding. It's the, okay, I forgot the name, but it's like why, it's like why like the, why I cannot speak. You know the hummingbirds? He has like a favorite flower, and the flower is like that. The petals are like very long, and the mouth and the tongue of the hummingbird is also very long. And like the nectar of the flower was here, is here, and the, like the hummingbird, he does that, and like he eats the nectar of the flower. And I was like, okay, but how that happened? Like how that fits so perfectly. And the professor was telling me, oh, that does the evolution, like they evolved together to like match each other. And I was not understanding it, but now I understand it. They like, of course, it's years and years, and not even years, centuries of like evolutions. Because what happens is that, you know, the hummingbirds, they all have at first like mouth of different sizes, and even the flower, she has like petals of different sizes. But more and more, the petals with the flowers with the long petals and the hummingbirds with the long mouth were matching each other. And because they were matching each other, the flower gave the bird more food, and the bird gave the flower more reproduction. So it's like the DNA of like the long petals and the DNA of the long mouth try to be more present because they had more chance of surviving. Is this a science? Is this a science class? That wasn't supposed to science. That wasn't supposed to be a science class. But for me, it's so inspiring. For me, it's so inspiring, and that's the energy I want to channel in 2025. Yeah, like I want to evolve. I want to evolve with the people that evolves with me. I want to evolve with the people allowing me to evolve. In if Why do I say involve? Evolve. Yeah, evolve. Yeah. You know when you say a word so many times and then it doesn't make sense anymore? That's what just happened. I was like, evolve. Am I saying involve or evolve? Yeah. So yeah, I want to have the strength to like stand up for myself, for my friends, for my family, no matter what. I don't want to be scared of anything. I want things to be scared of me in a good way, of course. I want people to be scared of me in a good way, of course. Not that they don't want to talk to me because they're scared. No, just that they know what I'm capable of, and and that scares them. That either scares them, either like inspired them to, you know, also be as great as me. And yeah, that's cocky, but I truly meant it in the most altruist way. I want to be the best so people can know that it's possible to be the best, and so they can be the best too. I want to show the world that everything is possible with a bit of money, of course, because I also want a lot of money. Ooh, I want a lot of money. And I want to use it wisely. I want to use it in the best way possible. So for 2025, I wish everybody the best. I especially wish for the politics to like, I don't know, be better. I don't even know what to say. I'm just tired of like all of it. It's getting very, very late. How the world is suffering and nobody does anything, but it has been like that since the humanity. So what do you want me to say except to pray for the liberation of everyone? Yeah. So, and I also wish everyone to find themselves. I find myself a lot in 2025. I didn't find myself completely, but I find I found ah! I found myself a lot in 2024. I found a lot of things about myself. I learned a lot of things about myself. And I wish the same for people. I wish the same for people. I learned that there's that one thing that the more you grow up, the more you realize that you're not that special. The more you realize that some people were right when you were so sure about yourself, when you were so sure about some things when you were younger, but growing up, they just happened to be correct about what they said. I remember when I was like 16 or 17, and like my uncle was laughing and joking about her daughter um, not picking up the phone when she was watching her show like on the night, and she was eating and all, and like she was answering and she was like, okay, I'm gonna call you back, like I'm watching my show and I'm eating, and hanging up. And I was like, oh my god, but this is so like, I was like, oh, this is so selfish. Like, your parents want to talk to you and you don't want to hang up. Nah, 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 nah. But bitch, I get it now. Ooh, I get it. If I'm not in the mood, if like I had a long day of work, I want to be alone with myself, I want to eat. Woo, bitch. I'm not gonna answer to everyone, except if it's an emergency, of course. But I'm doing the same thing now. I'm like, hey, ça va, okay, bye. So yeah, I get it. I totally get it. A lot of construct that we had, you know, we lose it when we grow up, and that's beautiful because that doesn't mean that we shouldn't have belief when we were young. It just means that we're learning every day and we're not staying at the same place. Because like that would be so fucking sad if I had the same brain and the same thoughts that I did when I was 16. That would be very sad. Okay. Last video of the year. Wishing you all the best. Wishing you all love. Wishing you all blessing. And I might start to share my videos more and more on IG and on social media, but maybe not. But maybe, who knows? I don't know how I feel about sharing them. We'll see. Have a good night.